Hey guys, it's SJ, welcome round. Today's video, it's a Christmassy one, but it's kind of my tried and tested ways to avoid those meltdowns on Christmas Day. And actually a few days after, I find it even worse sometimes for my kids. I've got 3 kids, the eldest is 10 and the littlest is 3. So I've kind of been through a lot of Christmases. I've done things wrong and I've done things right. And I practice this like gentle parenting, positive discipline, which is all about how to talk to your children, teaches you loads of kind of techniques to keep things positive. And there's some great ones to apply for Christmas, and they should really start like December 1st. So start now and you will have like a much calmer Christmas period, Christmas Day. Lovely kids, that is the dream, because it's overwhelming, isn't it? And today's video is really kindly sponsored as well, and I have a gift for you guys, a gift code from Surfshark. So Surfshark, thank you so much for supporting the channel again. So this video is actually sponsored by Surfshark. So I guess like me, during Christmas, you're going to be online a lot more, shopping, putting in your bank details, putting in your location, accessing entertainment a lot more as a family. And you might not know how much data we're also giving away. Every time something goes from like our home computer, our phone to the internet, they get a lot of data about us. So a VPN is a virtual private network, which basically means that anytime we're sending something from home out to the internet, it goes through this kind of encrypted tunnel, and they don't get any of that. They don't get our browser search history, so we won't be kind of followed around by something we once Googled, which really bugs me. So it works across all devices, like I said, from your kids' phones, iPads, from your personal stuff, if you're working from home as well. So nice to have this extra security at this time of year. I think it's really, really crucial. So thanks guys at Surfshark. There is an 83% off a yearly subscription right now, as well as 3 months free. So I'll remind you at the end, do go ahead and take use of it, because also it doesn't just do security, it unlocks entertainment. So you can get access to the 15 largest Netflix libraries from all over the world, because they all got different movies, and it's just so fun to do that, to see what else is out there, to watch stuff that maybe you haven't seen in years. We've really enjoyed that part of it. And BBC iPlayer as well, like wherever you are, don't miss out on the great BBC classics this Christmas. So I will pop that again at the end so you don't forget. So my top things I've learned about how to avoid those meltdowns on Christmas Day, and it really is about preparing. So starting from like December 1st, right now, how you say everything, how you prepare them for that big day is going to really help them to feel calm on the day and to really enjoy it. And if they're enjoying it, you can enjoy it. So the first thing is something I've stopped doing, which is saying the whole naughty list, nice list. And I think it's more naughty list that I was always into. So it was kind of like, you know, if you don't eat your dinner, Father Christmas will put you on his naughty list, or if you don't go straight to sleep, you'll be on the naughty list. He's watching you all the time. And actually then what it did on the day, if the kids didn't get a toy that they wanted, which is probably the one they came up with the night before, that they're suddenly their main toy, it made them feel like they had been judged as a person, as a character, that even if they can't express that in their psyche, we've been telling them for an entire month that if they don't behave well enough, if they're not judged as good enough, they're not going to get what they want. So it just sets them up to feel that disappointment and to feel that sadness within themselves if they don't get what they want. So I've just stripped it out. It's out there, and I don't say like this is wrong, but I don't use it at home. And then what I do instead though is talk about the Christmas spirit. So you do want to kind of flip things to the positive, and that's what positive discipline is all about. And positive parenting is really how can I focus on the positive to get the cooperation. So you can talk about St. Nicholas and how he made the little wooden toys, left them out, and it was all about kindness, generosity, and the gratitude that the children had. So what I do, which I normally do for like positive discipline, is to give positive points to help you spot the positive behaviour a lot more and help them feel good. So for December, I'm going to do kindness points and gratitude points. So whenever I spot one of my kids being kind, I'll say, great, that's 3 kindness points. And I don't actually stick them up because they just like hearing it. So it could be like 10 kindness points. And then we do it as house points as well, because there's 3 of them. So they all know they're kind of happy for each other when they get the points, and they didn't try and say, you've only got 2, you've only got 5. Work together for these house points of these kindness points. And then gratitude points I'm going to try. So sort of maybe at the end of the day ask them what they're grateful for, or when they show gratitude for something, say, oh great, a gratitude point, which I imagine will be less because you know, is it just there's less thank yous for stuff and things like that. But I will make sure I'll get that language in, because I feel like those two things then, they're really learning that that's what's rewarded. And then when they get their presents on the day, I hope that they feel, no matter how many presents they get, they feel the kindness and they show that gratitude. The next thing is think about food. This is the biggest mistake I've made as a mum at Christmas, is not to really consider their eating patterns and their eating habits. So we love eating differently, chocolate for breakfast and big one massive meal at around 3 where we all fall asleep after. But for kids, you'll end up with a really grumpy kid, and also my kids sometimes don't enjoy that Christmas food, so they don't eat very much. And actually I'd realised I'd rather have a child who's had, mashed potato, plain peas and tried a bit of chicken than a child who sat there and not really tried any of the food, because it's all a bit rich, it's all a bit over flavoured for grown-up tastes. So don't be afraid of saying, especially if you're visiting, I know it's difficult to say, actually I'm going to bring them, they'll try a bit of all the Christmas dinner, but I'm also going to make them a bowl of plain pasta, to make sure they've eaten. Everyone wants a happy, fed, smiling kid, and it's much more important than whether they've tried the sprouts and enjoyed the gravy. So think about it in advance and think, don't worry about the tradition as much as worry about your children being fed, happy, content, made to feel special, made to feel included. And if your food, isn't included, if your preferences aren't taken into account, you can be a bit left out as well. So yeah, big lesson that I have learned. And then about presents, so we have a tradition in the UK, we get up in the morning, there's all the presents under the tree, we rip them all open, there's a bit of comparison, like who's got the biggest parcel, really have to be careful when you've got more than one kid to make sure that the packages are the same size, things like that. But one great tip I wanted to give you if you have a younger child is to think about timing out the presents. So I've done this for my daughter's birthday, I thought it was amazing. So she had, in the morning she woke up and she got a little toy, which she was so excited about. Then at breakfast we gave her a new little kind of special egg cup and a little bowl and spoon, which she loved. Then she had a new dress to open, and just basically throughout the day gave her different things. A board game at lunchtime that we could all play, finishing with these bath dolls in the evening. And it was like little sparks of joy all day, which is so much more appropriate for like an under 5-year-old. So if you do have younger ones, don't have to think about it being the big present opening ripping. If it's not going to suit them and it's not going to serve them, you can spread the toys out, and it worked so well for my daughter. I just feel that we put so much pressure on ourselves as mums to have them have a lovely day and have us have a lovely day. There will be meltdowns, there will be difficult moments throughout it. Don't put that pressure on them and that high standard of behaviour too much, but hopefully these will help you to have a much more calm and positive Christmas, because they're what I'm going to do and they really work for me. But my kids are my kids, and I would love to have your tips in the comment section below as well and add to this. And yeah, thanks so much for listening, thanks so much for watching. Do hit subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget that code from Surfshark to really protect yourself this Christmas. You'll be going online a lot more. There's also people out there a lot more looking for data, information that they can get, as we're sharing so much more as we're buying online, shopping online. So get yourself that virtual private network, get it ahead of Christmas so it's there for all your new devices, and enjoy unlocking all that extra Netflix content as well. I will leave the code here and in the description box below. Lots of love guys, I'll see you on my next video. Bye bye.